Welcome back to Side Roads. I'm Carlos, and this is a 2024 Buick Envista. Special thanks to the team at Quantrill, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac for providing the car for this video. The 2024 Buick Envista. This is the sport touring trim that I'm driving, which is the mid trim. It comes with a 1.2 liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 137 horsepower and 169 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Safety features for the Envista are things like automatic emergency braking, following distant indicator, forward collision alert, front pedestrian braking, lane change alert with side blind sun alert, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert, and rear park assist. The Envista is an interesting product. It is a subcompact SUV, or classified as, to me this has this sedan vibe, which I think is very smart from Buick side, because then they are captured those many customers that still want a sedan, and this is a compact size or subcompact size car, which it will be competing, if you compare with the sedans, with the compact sedans like a Mazda 3 or a Honda Civic. So it's trying, I don't know if it's trying, but by default it's kind of competing in that segment, at least in my opinion. I think people will cross chop for that, as well as a subcompact SUV. So you have there more options to compete with, and also customers will have more options when looking at the dealership. So competitors for the Envista. So I chose subcompact SUVs because that's what Buick is saying this car is, and I think considering the premium aspirations of this car and what is there in the market, I chose a Mazda CX-30 because it's very premium, and the Hyundai Kona that comes very well equipped and is very modern and very forward looking, so I think have a little bit of a different vibe than your regular subcompact SUV. So the Mazda CX-30, for example, has a lot more power, but the Kona will have more power but a lot less torque. So right there, and once again, don't dismiss this car because of the 1.2, because it's, you know, right there where many other offerings in the premium, in the regular subcompact SUV market. Also remember, as a reference, the Chevrolet Equinox, which is part of the GM family, has a 1.5 liter turbo, and that's a very well sold vehicle, and a lot of people like it and a lot of people use it. So I think the time of huge engines is past, and then manufacturers are moving towards these little engines that are more fuel efficient, and you can get similar level of powers, especially if we go years back. The fuel efficiency for the Envista is 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, and 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, which is 28 mpg city and 32 mpg highway. Price for the Envista is another place where it shines, because it's very well equipped and very well appointed, and it's a Buick. And then it's very competitive on price. In Canada, it starts around $29,000 Canadian, and the top trim comes around $34,000 Canadian. In the US, the base trim starts around 23 US dollars, and the top trim starts around 29 US dollars. So those are very affordable on this time prices for this car and the segment in general. So the CX-30 from Mazda and the Hyundai Kona will start around the same, but the top trim of these ones is a few $1,000s less than those. So it makes it for sure a very good and compelling option. The Envista Avenir, which is a top trim, one up from this, comes fully loaded and have everything and give you this extra premium feeling, which then when you compare that against the price, is a pretty good value proposition. The Buick Envista interior is maybe the area where the competitive price shows a little bit, but nothing terrible, I would say. So some of the materials are soft. There is a combination here of soft plastics and hard plastics. You know, the touch points, some are soft, could be softer, sure, but there is no feeling of super cheap car here. Yes, there are hard plastics in the most part, but again, I have to repeat this several times, we need to remember the price of this car. It comes with a leather wrap steering wheel, which is heated. The seats are leatherette, and the front seats are heated, and the passenger seat is power operated. So it has one zone air conditioning here, and this massive digital display. It's truly two screens, an 8 inches center screen with your speed and some car information. It's pretty simple but super clear to see. And then we have an 11 inches infotainment screen, which is touch screen, and it's easy to use, and the icons are big enough, I guess, and it's very clear. I like that, and the whole vibe, it makes it upscale feeling, the cabin, despite of the combination of the materials here. So that is good. The steering, by the way, has a flat bottom, which I think is pretty sporty and nice to see, and the feeling of the steering in your hands is also really nice. It does have a traditional shifter, which I love, and I hope they will be here to stay, but they are not. They are leaving pretty fast. This one has some roof and a small center console. So in general, is well equipped. I think anybody on this market for this price point will be happy with everything that is in this car. You'll see that the safety features are also plenty, so that's good. And it's a pretty good all-arounder, I would say. It comes too with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is good because GM is phasing those out on the newer cars, mostly the electric so far, but I think that will come in general. Most of the products from Buick are moving to this type of screen. So I like what they are doing with the brand, as well as the exterior design. And this particular one with that sloping roof is pretty unique offering, and again hitting against subcompact SUV and sedans maybe. I think smart. I think it's a well placed and priced product. I fit behind myself, and there is some spare room there, so that's pretty good interior design in terms of a space. The back seats are also comfortable, and the trunk, it opens as a lift gate, so there is a little bit of extra space there and practicality. The floor is a little bit on the high side, but in general practical and usable enough. How is to drive the Envista? Well, it's a subcompact SUV. It is very Buick. The steering weight is very light, very nice to use in the city and while parking, even in the highway, of course. The suspension is also on the soft side, which is totally a Buick thing. They want to go on the comfort side, and this has that for sure. The seats are comfortable and supportive. I like them. And remember, there is a price here, right? So that all combined, when you see the price, makes a lot of sense. Other Buick vehicles that go up on their lineup, of course, they have more to offer and they are more comfortable and all that, but then you are paying a lot higher price. So we have to keep that into consideration. It's also very quiet in here, and the whole acceleration, suspension, dynamics are on the comfort side, as I said, and it's a pretty easy car to drive and a pretty easy car to live with. I think Buick is achieving what they were after for. The 2024 Buick Envista is an excellent value proposition with his sleek design, the sedan vibe, the SUV practicality, the tech and comfort inside. It should be a winner for Buick.